From the mind of Ryan, I Raped Star Wars Johnson comes Knives Out, starring a lot of people who look older and more brittle than a potato chip dipped in liquid nitrogen. Jamie Lee Curtis looks like she's still keeping off the weight with yogurt. Michael Shannon is walking around in a boot the entire time like he broke something else after getting into another tussle with a Kryptonian. Chris Evans has finally landed a role where he can buy expensive clothing and flaunt all his hard-earned Marvel fortune. And what the hell happened to Daniel Craig? This isn't the man that played James Bond. I know he's an actor and that's the point, but it's like MI6 scraped the bottom of the barrel and hired Foghorn Leghorn. With his accent, I half expected him to try and sell me a bucket of KFC. Oh, and someone I couldn't even be paid enough to remember. All of these memorable actors become suspects when their family patriarch dies the night of his birthday in what appears to be an apparent suicide. Now it's up to Agent Looney Tune to solve this whodunit. I love movies with mystery, and John Carpenter's The Thing has yet to be rivaled in its respective field. But this is a Rian Johnson film, so we know he's going to expectation your subvert. So if there is something you may have figured out, well, you may in fact be right, because there is more misdirection here than David Copperfield being asked to sign the divorce papers. There's a crucial moment, not a literal 30 minutes into this movie, that if you're paying attention, gives away the entire film. I was pulling my hair out in the theater in frustration. It was like watching a bad magic show backed by mirrors. I get that you're trying to keep my attention by throwing things at the screen, but if I see the inner workings behind the curtain, the magic is gone. Especially if that specific cog in the machine is stamped in bold with "so-and-so did it." Not to mention, this is further compounded by the structure of the film. Immediately before this crucial detail is blurted out at us, the entire movie switches from a mystery thriller to a cover-up comedy. This change in structure is like playing Plinko with Tetris blocks. You just revealed the whole mystery behind the entire film and how it was done. Then when you add the crucial detail that is revealed during the scene, it amounts to downshifting from 6th gear to park while racing down the highway. Now we have to sit for the next hour or so waiting for you to clean up the mess you just made. If you were trying to make a mystery that keeps people questioning who could have done it, you don't make 90% of your cast more shallow than a puddle of water in the Sahara Desert. On top of that, keep the details subtle and primarily available to those keen enough to catch the detail. Also, don't change both the entire genre and structure of your movie. Keep it focused. A good mystery should be a slow burn where you learn details as the characters do. You don't reveal a clue that no one knows about at the end of the film like someone magically broke the fourth wall to learn it. This keeps us engaged, constantly trying to figure out who did it, but when you literally tell us who is behind the scheme, I can't help but feel that Rian Johnson should go back and take notes watching Scooby-Doo. Knives Out is a bigger mess than a gynecologist inspecting you after eating an entire bag of Cheetos. The acting and other superficial details are fine, but Rian fuck the fandom Johnson let his ego get in the way, and this movie is nowhere near as clever as he or other shit critics out there are claiming. It's like Johnson watched a Tarantino movie and thought he could do the same. And this film could only have been more blatant about who the villain is if it put the person's name under an "also starring" like an episode of Criminal Minds. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more weekly reviews, and I'll see you in the next video.